Hello, hello. Friends, community, welcome. Today, we are going live on YouTube for the first time in my life. So, this is a new thing. If you watched the last video, I posted an abundance breathwork and meditation practice. I attempted to go live and learned that you have to get permission from YouTube to go live first. So, that ended up being a pre recorded practice. But today, we are, for the very first time, attempting to do a live practice. And as I mentioned in the previous practice, I really wanted to create a space for you and me, for you to be able to come to and just receive lots of love and nourishment and feel supported by a practice. And for me to just have some fun and connect with you and kind of in an improv way, just feel like whatever is meant to be guided and impromptu guide a practice, whether it be meditation, breath work, a self massage practice, anything somatic. I work with a lot of somatic tools. So I kind of just see what comes up and go with it. So this is gonna be a fun new space to play in. And what I want to do to begin is to pull the way this is going to go down, the way these calls are going to work or live streams are going to work is I have a deck. I'm currently working with the Alchemy Elementals deck by Shaman Durek. I love this deck. It's really beautiful. And I'm just going to pull a card from the deck and ask for it to be a supportive message for the Nuggets of Love community. And then I will, like I said, guide a practice, impromptu, just based on the card and what the lesson is and what I feel needs to kind of be integrated or moved through or sat with. So we are going to start by doing that. Eventually, we'll see how this works, see if I'm enjoying it, see if you're enjoying it, and eventually I will maybe ask for some prompts from you, and you can be like, hey, this is what I'm working through. Can we do a practice on this today? And we can kind of improv in that way as well, and not only use the cards as our guidance tool. So, but for now, we're gonna use cards. So I've already cleansed this deck and shuffled it a bit. I'm gonna continue to shuffle it and pull a card with you live right here. So I'm just going to shuffle and ask that a message come through that would be supportive for us as a community. A message that we can do a practice around that would support us in this moment. Ooh, okay, pretty. I want to say I may have pulled this card before, and there's so many cards in this deck, so that's kind of crazy because I just got it a couple months ago. But this card is Sky, Wind, Earth. This is what it looks like. Taken that really beautiful artwork. Looking at the butterflies, and I want to say owl wings on the bottom, maybe. We've got some triangle symbol action, maybe some golden rainbow in a desert. Sky, wind, earth. Okay, cool. So, what does this card have to say? Let's look in the book. Sky, wind, earth. Here we go. Found the sky section. Wind. These pages are really stuck together here. Got it. Okay. So, sky, wind, earth. As a quantum creator, you are manifesting your life in every moment with everything you allow into your consciousness, as well as everything you put back out into the field. If you want to live a life of joy, beauty, inspiration, and abundance, then it's up to you to allow only things that are joyful, beautiful, inspirational, and abundant into your consciousness. Turn your attention toward the things that inspire you and that make you feel alive. Do not waste your time on dreary media or negative conversations that bring you down. It is your responsibility to protect the sanctity of the sanctity of your mind, and to make sure that you're feeding the beautiful things. Remember, what you put in your ears always goes into your heart. So keep your ears clean and listen only to beauty and greatness. Kind of reminds me of the story about the two wolves and wolves. Do I say that funny? Reminds me of the story of the two wolves, and it's like, which wolf are you feeding? Are you feeding the one, like the wolf you feed is going to grow, right? So if you're feeding happiness and joy and love and abundance, that's the wolf that's going to grow. If you're feeding anger and hurt and pain and sorrow and grief, then that's the wolf that's going to grow. So that's what this kind of reminds me of. Let's see. Yeah, just being like incredibly aware, making sure our mind, like this card is referring to sky and wind, air is all about your thoughts. So, really keeping our mind clear, allowing the wind to just let the thoughts that we don't want to internalize, like blow them away. And earth is our earthly plane, right? So it's kind of like whatever we're experiencing up here, whatever we're allowing into our thoughts, into our ears, into our eyes, is going to drop into the heart and be integrated into our 3D reality. So why not make that all good things? So what I'm feeling is kind of like a cleansing practice, because I think even the most like aware people, right? Like I would like to say I'm generally pretty aware of watching my intake, right? I don't really watch the news, the mainstream news at least. I really don't listen to music that has lyrics that are just like not supportive and are harmful and degrading. I really don't even watch like a ton of action or super like violent movies, because it just kind of makes me cringe. And really, all of those things are like this description of the card just said, they affect you on a soul level, whether you recognize it consciously or not. So I try to do my best, but even the people that are super, like being super conscious about these things, we get subconscious messages all the time because we live in a society where these things, like kind of shitty things, excuse my language, are happening around you, and you kind of just like happen to take them in, whether you're listening to a roommate or family member talk about something, or they're watching the news and you're in the other room overhearing it, or your friends are listening to like really degrading music, whatever it is. You're walking into 7-Eleven and they have some like degrading music on, like you just get these messages. So I think what I would like to do is cleanse. So we can reset our thoughts and be able to choose our next steps from a really clear place. So the breath I want to do today is called Kapalabhati, and this is also known as skull cleansing breath. And the way it works, if you haven't done it before, is you are going to take your hand and place it on your belly. This just helps you kind of like get into the motion and the rhythm of the breath. So you're going to seal your lips Go ahead and do this with me right now. We're going to practice. Inhale through the nose. And on your exhale, it's going to be forceful through the nose. So it'll sound like this. And I'm going to actually scoot this back so you can see my belly. And maybe I'll scoot back a little bit. So hands on the belly. You're inhaling through the nose. Filling up into the belly, right? Not just the chest. Inhale all the way down to the belly. Exhale through the nose. And you see the forceful exhale, my belly button went to my spine. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And we're going to actually kind of keep a little bit of a quicker pace with this, but do what feels right for you. It's going to kind of like go at this pace. So go ahead and try it with me. So we're going to kind of keep up that sort of pace to really like pump the air through our body and cleanse our energetic bodies. But if that doesn't feel good for you, slow down. If this breath doesn't feel good for you at all, just find a natural breath and continue to breathe along with us. If you are menstruating, if you have high blood pressure or heart issues, if you're pregnant, you don't want to do this breath because A, it's just a little bit uncomfortable with the pressing in if you're menstruating or pregnant, and B, if you have high blood pressure or heart issues, we are going to be engaging our sympathetic nervous system with this. So it's a bit more activating and can kind of activate issues that you're already working with. So we just don't want to irritate, right? We don't want to agitate. So pick the breath that feels good for you. As I'm guiding it, if you decide that it doesn't feel good, just come back to your natural breath and keep breathing along with us. The practice will still have lots of yummy greatness for you to take from it. So go ahead and just begin to drop in to your space. Find a comfortable seat. You can kind of move the body. I like to kind of flow a little bit and shimmy to just let myself naturally find stillness when I'm ready, if I'm ever ready. You don't have to be perfectly still when meditating. That is a total lie. And I'll take some cleansing breaths to drop into the current moment, inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale deep into the belly. Exhale through the mouth this time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale with a sigh. Beautiful. Find your natural breath for a moment, just beginning to arrive in the space. Closing down the eyes if you haven't already. Let every breath relax your muscles down even further. Taking this intentional moment for yourself to receive positive messaging and to cleanse your system of any maybe negative messaging that has been stored in the body, in the mind. So we're going to do a couple rounds of this Kapalabhati breath. So bringing your hand to your belly, seal your lips. Inhale through the nose, about 3/4 of the way full. Forceful exhale, ready, begin. going. Almost there. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty out all the way. Hold at the bottom. Inhale through the nose. Fill all the way up into the belly. Hold at the top. Feel the energy starting to build in your body. Exhale through the nose. Let it go. Inhaling through the nose, 3/4 of the way full. Round 2, forceful exhale. Ready, begin. Keep going. You're doing great. Every pump of the breath is rising up from your core, throughout your body, passing up and outward from your crown. Just letting that air build, letting it release through the top of your head in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. All the way, holding at the bottom, feeling just for a moment here at the bottom the emptiness that you are starting to create in the body. Making space for new energy, new thoughts. Inhale through the nose. Breathing all that new energy in. Hold at the top. Let this new energy begin to circulate. Feel it moving throughout your system. Exhale through the nose. Release. Let it go. Holding at the bottom here for a moment, going into round 3 of Kapalabhati, sealing your lips. Hand on your belly if that's supportive. Inhale 3/4 of the way full. Forceful exhale. Ready, begin. Awesome job. You've got this. I know it can be a challenging breath. Again, if it doesn't feel good for you, just find your natural breath here. That's totally amazing too. Keep it going. You're doing great. If you're starting to feel lightheaded, that is totally normal. If you feel like it's too much, slow it down. As you breathe, every exhale pushes this air up from your core all the way through the top of your crown, releasing this energy through the top of your head. In 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, empty out all the way. Hold at the bottom. Feel the empty space that you've created. You've just pushed out all of that stagnant, stale energy, all of the thoughts that no longer serve you, all the messaging that was not supportive. Inhale through the nose. Hold at the top. Feel this new energy that you just breathe in. Begin to travel through your body, nourishing you, replacing the messaging, the thoughts, the energy that we've been holding that maybe isn't so supportive. And exhale through the nose. Let it go. Bringing your hands to your sides if they're on your belly. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Again, inhale through the nose, nice and slow. Exhale through the nose, nice and slow. Again, inhale through the nose, nice and slow. Pull all the way up. Exhale through the nose, release. Finding your natural breath. Feeling the sensations alive for you in this moment. Feeling all the new energy that you have replaced the old, stagnant, potentially unsupportive energy with. And dropping your chin to your chest. Inhale through the nose. Feel that stretch in the back body, empty out. One more time, inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Meaning to bring your body back to this space. Maybe you roll out the neck. Shimmy the shoulders. Opening your eyes whenever you are ready. So that's a super short and sweet practice, but I wanted to share that with you and keep it short and sweet because I think it's something that is a great tool to implement like in real time. If you find yourself in a situation where you're watching the news and a story is just like the world is just making you sad, if you're on social media and like horrible things are happening and you're feeling it so deeply in your heart, you're watching a movie and the violence and the gore is getting to you, if you're hearing lyrics, if you're hearing messages from anybody anywhere that is not aligned with your truth and what you want the world to be, because we create the world around us, right? So when you decide what you want the world to be, then we start creating that reality. So if we keep intaking things that are not our ideal world, and that's not to say that, obviously there's a lot of atrocious things that are happening on this planet. And I don't want to I'm not devaluing those things. I'm not saying they're not important to be aware of. Like, they absolutely are. We need to be more aware of what's happening to our fellow humans and be supportive of them and take action in our planet. um, be aware, but be aware of what's happening around you, but also be aware of when it's starting to affect you negatively to the point where you feel like there's no way out and this is just what life is, and you kind of start accepting the shitty things. We don't want that, right? Because we want to change the world. I want to change the world, at least. I'm assuming if you're here, you want to change the world too. So be aware of what's going on, and then be aware of when it starts to affect you. And you can do this practice that we just did, this breath, to just like pump that out of your system. So whether it's like seeing something horrible that's happening somewhere in the world on your social media and you're like, wow, I'm aware of this. This is how I can help and this is how I can support. And like, I'm not going to let this become my truth. I'm going to like let these what I'm starting to believe and think about the world, that I feel it kind of ingraining in me. I'm not going to let that settle because I don't want that to be my truth. I'm going to recognize that this is happening. I'm going to do what I can to support, and I'm going to not let it become the truth in my body so that I can continue to make a better world. So, doing that breath, just pumping out that energy, cleansing your body, cleansing your mind of those things can be really supportive. Just like do that in the moment, right on the spot, get it out of the system. And it doesn't mean that you are acting like this thing isn't happening or this thing doesn't exist. It just means that you are not letting it become your truth. You're not accepting that that's how life should be. So hopefully that made sense. I feel like I rambled a bit, but like if you know, you know, right? If you're on my wavelength, then hi. Good to see you here. Anyways, so that practice, do it anytime you feel like you just kind of need to be like, oof, like, nope, not internalizing that, not keeping that. That's not for me. Pump that out. Pump it out with your breath. And if this breath was not something that is supportive for you individually, I trust that you are a incredibly I trust your discernment. That's what I'm trying to say. I trust your discernment. So if this practice is not something that behooves you, please don't do it. You can still just by noticing that, ooh, I don't want to keep that message, don't want to receive that, don't want to internalize that. That's not me. That's not my truth, not for me. You don't have to do the pumping. That's like a little extra intense for you. Just still the intentional, like, not me. Let it go, right? Just let it go through the mouth. Some sort of release. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling today. I hope this was supportive for you. And I'm going to just keep doing this because it's fun for me to play. It challenges me as a practitioner to, like, on the spot get a prompt and just like guide whatever practice pops into my mind. So it's fun for me. I hope it's supportive for you. And yeah, I just want to show up and be of service more. So this is a way that I can do that. So let's see how it goes. I hope you continue to watch more of these, continue to show up. My plan is to do these every Wednesday at 2:22 p.m. 2 is my lucky number, so that's what we're going with. I hope to see you there next time, next Wednesday at 2:22. Bye. Have a lovely rest of your day.